Hello friends, welcome to Multiverse, and as you know that we are exploring the close vicinity of our solar system, and we have come across some very strange objects. Many of the stars which are in the neighborhood are the red dwarf stars, and some of them are the white dwarf stars, and very few are the yellow stars similar to our sun. And today we are exploring another system just like any other usual star system, but it has a connection with our solar system. So let's proceed. Let's hop into our imaginary spaceship and let's get near this object which is known as Gliese 876. This is not a very different star system that we have got in and around our solar system in the close vicinity. So let's go to this particular star system and let's get into the orbit. Now here we are around Gliese 876. This is rotating quite nicely. We are in the orbit, and let's find out what is what are the secrets this star system is hiding. First of all, not a surprise, this is a red dwarf and it's about 15 light years away from Earth. From human standpoint, pretty far, but from the universe standpoint, this is quite close by. But it is so far from our perspective that even light takes 15 years to reach us. And this is a red dwarf, so it is a typical red dwarf, having all the properties of red dwarf, which is like they emit light in the red spectrum, and any other features that we have discussed so far in our program. Now, in terms of its size, again, it is a very usual red dwarf, about 32% of the mass of the sun, and because of the small size, it emits most of the radiation in the red spectrum. So only 15% of the light which is emitted by this red dwarf we can see, but 85% of the light which is emitted by this red dwarf is not visible to human eye because that is in the infrared spectrum. So nothing unusual. This is a red dwarf which emits the red light, low intensity light, etc. So moving on. Now we have discussed this previously also. The red dwarf stars have a very long life. It is estimated that the red dwarf may continue as a main star, red dwarf star, for almost 2 to 3 trillion years, because their reaction in the core happens so slowly. And because of this, usually these stars are very old. Also, some of them are quite old, and this one is estimated to be about 9.9 billion years old. Almost double the age of our sun. Our sun will not last for more than 10 billion years, but this star will continue its journey for at least 3 trillion years. That is what we feel. So this star system is unique in that sense that it is one of the old star and it is young from its perspective also. Well, it is quite far off. It is difficult to look at and examine the red dwarf systems, but we have been able to find 4 large planets around this star system. There may be other planets also, small rocky planets just like Earth, or there could be some super Earth, but so far we have found 4 large planets revolving around this particular star system. And since it has many planets, the expectation is that it may have asteroid belt just like our sun has, and it may also have an Oort cloud just like our solar system. So it may have comets, it may have all those features that we experience in our own solar system. But I think the amazing fact here is that few years back we had an unexpected object entered our solar system at a very high steep angle, and not from the plane of the planet, but it actually came from the top. And this object was called Oumuamua. Basically, in Hawaiian language, it means a visitor. And this object is there are a lot of speculation. I mean, many people feel that this is a scouting ship sent by aliens, but we don't know that. There is no proof of that. But let's look at if this is an object which is not an alien object, but it is just an object like an asteroid, typical asteroid or a typical comet. So scientists have now plotted the trajectory of this particular object before it entered the solar system few years back, I think in 2015, and they have plotted it back to Gliese 876. So now it is expected that this may be an object from the Oort cloud type structure in Gliese 876, maybe a type of an icy object in that very far off regions of 876, and probably because of some interaction with some star close by, this object was dislodged from its orbit, and then because of that it is now roaming around freely in the galaxy, and because of that it entered our solar system at a very high speed at a very different angle, which is not expected. And that is why now we know that this has come from this star system. It could have been sent by alien from this star system, or it could have been a normal icy body which has been dislodged from the Oort cloud type structure from Gliese 876. So a lot of research is required to study this more. I think scientists are keeping track, and also James Webb is also going to come to life, and we will examine this object which is now speeding past. It has used the gravity of sun, taken a full circle around sun, and there is a concept of gravity assist, so it has increased its speed after passing through our solar system. So it is rapidly going away from now, but I think scientists are keeping track of this object. This is very interesting, and that is why Gliese 876 has increased our interest in studying this star system more closely. Now, when it comes to similarity between Gliese 876 and our own solar system, what we find is that all the planets are in absolute equilibrium, just like our planets are in our solar system. And the expectation is that with the current motion and the relationship between these different planets which are going around this red dwarf, there will be no change in any planet trajectory or activity for at least 1 billion years. So and beyond, this equilibrium may continue for more longer time. So it shows that there are 4 large gaseous planets, just like we have on our solar system, which is Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus. And these gaseous planets are expected to have many satellites, just like in our solar system. And we also expect that there may be a lot of rocky planets in the interior part of the solar system. So there are a lot of similarity between Gliese 876, our own solar system, and that is why this system is quite intriguing. More research is required, and this is very interesting actually. And I hope you enjoyed what I discussed with you, something new and something to connect our solar system with a very far off solar system because of the Oumuamua which entered our solar system a few years back. So friends, if you know something more than what I have discussed, please send in your comments. And as always, thanks for watching. I will catch you in the next edition of Multiverse.